It's crazy to think that it's been 10 years since Robin Williams passed away. 10 years ago since we lost a light in this world. For us 90s kids and for everyone out there, Robin Williams was a huge part of our lives. And to be honest, the world really hasn't been the same since he left this world. And like Elvis or any famous figure, you remember the time, place, and day you were when hearing shocking news of someone's passing. I remember going by Dallas Airport in Texas, and I was with my sister. My nephew went to like an all-elite soccer league overseas, like in the UK, and he was coming back from a summer camp. We're driving back home, and he reads on Instagram that Robin Williams has passed away, and I'm like, that's fake. That's not real. That can't be real. Suddenly, the radio quit playing whatever music it was playing and broke the news. You had TV stations have breaking news. The world seemed to stop. And the shocking part to me wasn't just that he passed away and was gone, but it was deemed a suicide. That to me was the most shocking part of his loss. And later learning the illness he had and why he decided to go out on his own terms. You know, you learn that later, but the initial shock was just like, really? Like what? This can't be real. You're almost in a state of disbelief until seeing all the news outlets and confirmations about it. And I felt the world shake, you know. This is already kind of a tough day for me if you watch my previous video on August 11th. But Robin Williams passing away, like, no. And it was a shocking thing that happened. And it was sad to see that somebody who brought this much joy and light to everyone didn't have it within himself. And that was tragic to me, because it's like, if that guy's not happy, who is in this world, you know? Is there any hope for any of us? And 10 years later, he still has a body of work and stand-up that is left for us to enjoy. And I have to admit, it was very difficult for me watching, like many of you out there, a Robin Williams movie. You know, Hook was like my favorite movie growing up. I love Hook. That and Jumanji, Aladdin, seen him in Flubber. But then his more dramatic moments in 1 Hour Photo, Good Will Hunting, What Dreams May Come, Dead Poet Society, Oh Captain, My Captain, Good Morning Vietnam, the energy he had in that, seeing him with Billy Crystal on Father's Day, seeing different TV appearances, seeing him in comedy like License to Wed or The Birdcage, you know? So many moments. It was just really rough to watch his movies knowing that he's gone. But now, after 10 years, I'm appreciative of his work. And I think it's best to remember the man he was, you know? And also, I think it's a good example to be an example like him as far as like lifting people up instead of tearing them down, bringing joy to other people's lives when you can. I still remember that story of him and Christopher Reeve. Yeah, just to think that him, Christopher Reeve, and Kevin Conroy were in the same class at Juilliard and now are all gone, you know? It's just sad, but I remember the story of him making Christopher Reeve laugh after his accident, or going to different patients and making them laugh, you know. You get to see his work in Patch Adams and in Jack, and you get to see the different contributions he had to people and even animals. He was just a light in this world. And it's just crazy to me to think that 10 years has passed since he was gone, you know. But, you know, his kids, they're into their own stuff. Zach Williams, and then of course Zelda Williams. Her name was based off the video game. She became a director, did some wonderful short films and feature films such as Shrimp, and then one of my favorite films this year, Lisa Frankenstein. I'm sure if he was around, he'd be very proud of her. And I don't know, he's just one of a kind, you know. You can't replace anyone. Certain people remind you of other people, but Robin Williams was a one of a kind individual. And he was right when he said that words and ideas means something in this world, you know. A very wise man. And I remember later films, more dramatic, like World's Greatest Dad. The last performance he had in the Third Night at the Museum movie, that wrecked me. When you thought like Roosevelt was like kind of gone, and then he's like, boo, got you, to Ben Stiller. And then all of a sudden, like, he turned back to a wax figure out of nowhere, and that got me, because that is like Robin Williams to just like kind of pull one fast joke for humor, and then you just realize he's gone, and that hit me hard, like Toy Story 3. It was just emotional watching that movie, and I don't know, man. Since his passing, the world's been a very dark place. It always was a dark place, but I feel like it's become more cynical. It's filled less with joy, even though there's joy to be found in different places and things. But there's definitely a light lost. So on this 10-year anniversary of his loss, I want everyone down in the comments below, share your Robin Williams memories, whether you met him in person, what films you grew up with, what stand-up did you like. I remember even Mork and Mindy, like Mork from Ork. The best way we can honor the man 10 years after his passing and beyond is to be like him, be a light for other people, and lift others up, and don't tear them down. You know, the world's a screwed up place as it is already. Let's make it a better place. Let's be the light that Robin Williams was for so many others out there. Anyway, that's just my brief reflection on this 10-year anniversary. Share your Robin Williams love down in the comments below, and check out these other videos if you want. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Till next time.